I want to zoom in on the establishment left and right. How much of the government today is directly influenced by big corporations, lobbyists, and donors?
Completely. I'll be generous and say it's 98% controlled by the donors, but it's probably 100%.
I mean, that itself is a striking number. I remember in your book, Justice is Coming, you pointed out a fact that the person who raises the most amount of money wins 95% of the congressional elections, which in itself is a staggering fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. So now it changes in every election by a little bit. And I started the group Just Democrats, and we actually got the number all the way down to 88%. Okay.
Small victories.
Yes. But now it's back up, I think, around 95%. So if you have more money in the American system, again, bribery's been legalized. So you could take just a huge amount of money from any source and just overwhelm your opponent. So there's been at least 5 congressional races where AIPAC and their affiliated lobbies that are working on behalf of Israel have spent $4 to $6 million. In Jamal Bowman's case, I think they spent $12 million in one race, which is an unbelievable amount of money. And so they would just go and buy every ad in the market. So in the Nina Turner race in Cleveland, they bought all the ads. So nobody can withstand, unless there's a lot of media coverage. That's why the presidential elections are actually an exception, okay? But outside of them, nobody can withstand $5 million of ads against you. And so AIPAC just went around buying all these elections. There was a wonderful Jewish congressman from Michigan, Andy Levin, okay? And he loves Israel. He just was in favor of a 2-state solution. Right? That's what the American policy is right now, theoretically, right? And he said, yeah, Israel should be a safe haven for Jews and a wonderful, peaceful state. And he's got, obviously cares deeply about Israel. And of course, Palestinians should have a state as well. AIPAC's like, no, eliminate them. Okay, I think in his case, it was $4 million they spent against a Jewish congressman to make sure that no one ever criticizes Israel, okay? We don't care if you're Jewish. We don't care about anything. This isn't about religion. This is about a foreign government, and you will do as a foreign government commands. Otherwise, we're going to eliminate you. So you see why money in politics is everything in America. And so what does that create? It doesn't just create the end of the careers of all of those politicians. It sends a message to the other 535 people in Congress. Do not mess with Israel. If you mess with Israel, your career is over, okay? So shut up and do what they tell you. Now, this is not just about Israel. It's about money and politics. Israel is just highlighting it because it's a foreign government and it seems more outrageous, right? Unless you're in mainstream media, in which case they say, no, even this discussion is anti-Semitic. You're not allowed to say it. You're not allowed to say the thing that is a fact. I'm like, are facts and numbers anti-Semitic? And by the way, there's a lot of the people in mainstream media would say, yes, numbers are anti-Semitic. You're not allowed to say them, because it triggers some sort of anti-Semitic trope or whatever. I'm like, they're defeating Jewish congressmen. Is that a problem? No, that's not a problem. As long as you serve Israel, it's not a problem. Okay, anyways, you see it. But again, remember, the drug companies, Big Pharma, actually normally, this last election, AIPAC was the #1 donor because Israel's a lot more, they're being challenged now for the first time in America. So AIPAC spent a fortune to make sure that no one is allowed to criticize them in government. But normally, the drug companies spend a lot more than AIPAC. And they bought the U.S. government so much that we're not allowed to negotiate drug prices. Drug companies come to the U.S. government and go, you will pay this. And normally, you'd have a free market. You'd have capitalism. And you go, well, no, I won't. I'll get another drug, right? And they by law said you are not allowed to negotiate. The government must pay, the American taxpayers must pay whatever price the drug companies set. That's insane. That's the most corrupt thing I have ever seen, right? And Bush started it. Then Obama said he was going to end it. Then Trump said he was going to end it. Then Biden said he was going to end it. We're back to Trump saying he's going to end it. None of them ended it. None of them even tried. They didn't even lift a finger to try because they're the servants of the drug companies. America is unfortunately, I love America, but unfortunately it's become the most corrupt nation on earth. It makes Afghanistan look honest.